How's it going? It's Matt Smart here. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Going to be doing some coverage of this and analysis of the President Biden's address to the nation about him dropping out of the presidential race. So we're going to be covering that tonight with Mike B, Nagone 11, and Renaissance Man. I'm not sure whether it's going to start on time or not, but let's see what happens. Make sure you hit the like button upon coming in. And the link is for Nagone 11, Mike B, or Renaissance Man. Oh, what's going on with Chess Bombo? What's going on, man? I'm not sure what my predictions. I'm not sure what he'll say that would make up for the fact that he's getting out of the race. I don't think there's anything that he can say to explain. I don't think he need to explain himself to anybody. Uh, but it was his decision, and you heard a lot of speculation from the media, and he dropped out the race. Now, what this doesn't do is it doesn't really matter whether or not, for me, it doesn't matter who's on the ticket. The point is, I'm voting for the judiciary and chances at changing the Supreme Court. That's what I'm on. Because we cannot have a Supreme Court in the actual standpoint that it currently is right now. It does not really help anybody to have an out of control Supreme Court who posts hard on to help people evade prosecution for crimes that they definitely committed. What's going on, Cynical One? What's going on, Ike? So right now it is 8:01 Eastern Time. I wonder how long he's going to speak for. They didn't say how long he was going to speak for. Normally, in these type of circumstances, whatever speech that he is, oh, looks official already. Normally, the copy of the speech that he's going to give is normally given to the press, but nobody has really said how long it's going to take for him to actually speak.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office. In this sacred space, I'm surrounded by portraits of extraordinary American presidents. Thomas Jefferson wrote the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington, who showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice. Franklin Roosevelt, who inspired us to reject fear. I revere this office, but I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union is not about me. It's about you, your families, your futures. It's about we, the people. We can never forget that. And I never have. I've made it clear that I believe America is at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions because I know you, the American people. And I know this, we are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office, I promised to always level with you, to tell you the truth. And the truth, the sacred cause of this country is larger than any one of us. And those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much, the cause of American democracy itself, must unite to protect it. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president. That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism. Make it clear there is no place in America for political violence or any violence ever, period. I'm going to keep speaking out to protect our kids from gun violence. Our planet from climate crisis is the existential threat. And I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot so we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. And I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform because this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform. You know, I will keep working to ensure America remains strong, secure, and the leader of the free world. I'm the first president in this century to report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world. We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop Putin from taking over Ukraine and doing more damage. We'll keep NATO stronger, and I'll make it more powerful and more united than any time in all of our history. I'll keep doing the same for our allies in the Pacific. You know, when I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. That's not the case anymore. And I'm going to keep working to end the war in Gaza, bring home all the hostages, and bring peace and security to the Middle East and end this war. We're also working around the clock to bring home Americans being unjustly detained all around the world. You know, we've come so far since my inauguration. On that day, I told you, as I stood in that winter, we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities. We were in the grip of the worst pandemic in the century, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. But we came together as Americans. We got through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs, a record. Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down. The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years. We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation. We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years to lower the cost of prescription drugs for seniors. And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just seniors. More people have health care today in America than ever before. And I signed one of the most significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who were exposed to toxic materials you know, most significant climate law ever in the history of the world. The first major gun safety law in 30 years. Today, the violent crime rate is at a 50-year low. We're also securing our border. Border crossings are lower today than when the previous administration left office. I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. I also kept my commitment to have an administration that looks like America and be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done. I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea. An idea stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to it, to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now. In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future. I made my choice. I've made my views known. I would like to thank our great Vice President, Kamala Harris. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Now the choice is up to you, the American people. When you make that choice, remember the words of Benjamin Franklin hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders have given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, one day sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. But here I am. That's what's so special about America. We're a nation of promise and possibilities, of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. I've given my heart and my soul to our nation, like so many others. I've been blessed a million times in return with the love and support of the American people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you. The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule. The people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands. We just have to keep faith, keep the faith, and remember who we are. We're the United States of America, and there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So let's act together, preserve our democracy. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
All right. Those was his comments. Those were his comments. I Yeah, I really like those comments. But you have to let people know what your accomplishments are um, throughout the years as you accomplish them, because the next administration is just going to come through and just take responsibility and credit for all the things that is done. For some reason, when the Republican Party is in charge of Congress, no one asks them for anything. No one asks them for anything at all. Like right now, people are complaining about the food and all that kind of stuff. When the Democrats were in charge the first 2 years of Biden's presidency, they passed a lot of bills. You cannot name not one bill that the Republican Congress have passed to even address inflation. But the same people who want to elect other personnel from the Republican Party who also want to address inflation at all, because that's the way things go. The Democrats have to fix everything, and the Republicans cause all the problems. Somehow people are in the middle, but there is no middle of the road president. There's no middle of the road Supreme Court justice. There's no middle of the road judiciary. There's no middle of the road none of that stuff at all. You have people here today who've been here since 2016. 2016, I remember fondly. 2016, most of the same black women bashers, culture warriors, were still here. They have not learned anything yet. And all of these relationship hucksters are going to retool and just start talking about politics. Why? There's a black woman on the ticket. And all these people who could not bother to learn how the process works is now going to start talking about the process once again. They don't have a side pick, even though they live in a heavily Democratic area. But they don't participate in the process. They don't ask the Conservative Party for anything, but they're faking and acting like they're going to be over there with them for a vote. This is why people don't have focus groups based on black men. Why? Most of these people don't know what they're talking about. And even if they do, they come out of their mouth with some talking point nonsense. What's going on, Nigo?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, man. I was just talking about this speech and how the actual relationship huckster class is going to turn around and start talking about politics now that the black woman's on the ticket.
Oh, you want the relationship guys? Now
Oh, yeah.
Now it's becoming political analysts.
Yeah. Overnight. Oh man, I see it coming right now.
Yeah. Well, much of this is going to be a comedy show when they start doing it. So it's going to be.
Oh, no doubt.
This is going to be a bit on the comical side. So let it.
That's why I just raised the level of conversation, so that way I don't have to worry about watching my back from eventual people who would like to stab it for clicks and views. What's going on, Complex? Oh man.
Hey, MOT, I have a customer showing up, so I can't stay long. But man,
Right.
You just said something. I had to come up here real quick. What did you say about the relationship hucksters?
They're about to start doing politics now that the black woman's on the
And
ticket.
they're going, why are you laughing? They're going, why are you laughing?
Because that's exactly it. The hucksters. Here they come, relationship hucksters. That is exactly correct.
Wait, okay, MOT, what did you say though? What are they gonna do?
Yeah, they're about to start piling into politics, man. Just because a black woman's on the ticket.
They're about to become pundits.
Yes, political experts. Just like how after the Telecommunication Act of 1996, how all
1996.
all these failed sportscasters all of a sudden became right wing ideologues like overnight.
You mean like what's his name? What's his name? What was the guy? What was the Keith Olbermann? You mean those guys? Those kind of guys?
Mm-hmm. Keith Olbermann, Rush.
Yeah. Hey, Keith Olbermann? He was one of the guys who did just that. He used to be on ESPN back in the day. Then he went on MSNBC. You got to go all the way back to the 2000s during the Bush administration with Iraq and all that shit around 2003, 4, 5. Keith Olbermann.
Yep.
But he did a lot of baseball commentary, like in several different markets before that. I didn't even know that. But he was doing that
No, but when you
Keith.
mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, Keith Olbermann was like the biggest one.
He
Oh, yeah.
was.
Yeah. But MOT, I don't want to disturb y'all's groove here. I'm gonna let y'all have the political talk, but just not to let people in on private conversations. But when we were talking all on the phone, what did I tell y'all? Didn't we say that this was about to happen? That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Because we said
Yeah.
this on the phone.
Yeah.
No. We start calling the relationship hucksters. That's funny because that is exactly what we're gonna be doing.
That's exactly what we were talking about on the phone, wasn't it?
And these people have been here since 2016. They have not upgraded their thought process or anything on politics, but you think that's going to stop them? You think that's going to stop
No.
them?
This is going
No.
to be a
No.
tough fight.
No.
This algorithm is hot, MOT. What are you talking about, bruh?
Oh, man. It's going to be hot once again. Once again. You're going to have people coming
Hey.
on with the hottest AM radio talking points from like 8 to from 8 to 12.
Sounded like a whole Obsidian 2.0. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and have a political talk, man. I'm gonna be in the clouds listening, dog. Hey,
Uh,
MOT, I just had to do it. I had to had to put it
Oh
on
yeah.
the record.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We called this. We called this shit, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We called it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
You remember, Nagone, how certain personnel say that they never talk about domestic politics because it's too messy, it's too
uh,
emotional.
huh? Yes, I do.
I do declare. I do remember.
I do declare. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
People who live
sir.
in California acting like they Trump supporters. Like, what's going on here, man?
The Magamores.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. This is
Yeah, what's going
really
on? Just Bob Bowman. What's going on, man? I mean, your camera's on, bro. Camera's on. Bob.
yeah,
Bob,
yo, man.
Bob, your camera's on.
Yeah. Cut him off, man. Cut this guy off. Cut him off. MOT, cut this guy off, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, man, because he's trying to get you knocked down. This guy's came
I
in
ain't
here
doing
doing
shit.
something.
I ain't doing shit. I just send
Yeah,
this shit to the FCC. You have to understand that when you jump on a fucking live stream, you come on with a fucking connection, right? And you also know that this internet shit is broadcast fucking everywhere, right? Uh, StreamYard actually motherfucking come on here like this shit is recorded. You do know that, right?
oh man, it's wild, man.
My bad. Like, no, bro. You gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
Who was that, man? Who was this guy?
Just Bob Bowman, the
He came.
motherfucker in the chat. He came up here with a dude checking out. What the fuck? Like, nah, bro, Bowman, man, like you can't be up here, bro.
Yo, man, get rid of him, man.
Oh,
Ice
what
him.
the fuck, man? What the
De
fuck?
wrench him and finish him up forever, bro. He can never see the light of day again, man. Take away his wrench. Get rid of this guy, man. Finish him up forever.
Bro, what the fuck is going on here, man? Hold on a second.
You got to take away his wrench, man. De-wrench him.
No, I'm doing it now, man.
Yeah. Finish this guy off forever, man.
Nah, it's cool. I even promoted this dude on the fucking community tab, bro. I don't know why the fuck he even came up here on that type of time, man. But back to the conversation, man. But that's what these dudes are gonna be on, right? Is on that type of bullshit and on that type of fucking time, bro. And dude, listen, people just want to turn around and just motherfucking. Actually, I need to clean up this wrench shit major because I haven't seen a bunch of these motherfuckers in a while. But that's just where the fuck we are at, man. Like I don't know what the fuck wrong with these dudes, man.
Just Bowman. I don't even know who this guy is.
Nah, I know.
Well,
Uh,
MOT. If you're gonna reprint this, you're gonna have to ed-
yeah,
edit
yeah,
him
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Cut that out. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out.
Edit this out because this dude can't be a spanking his joint, man. This is incredible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take down the live stream. You know, we're gonna do the
No,
live
no, no,
stream.
no,
It's
no,
gonna be
no.
over with. You know, I'm gonna take it down. I'm gonna make that cut, and after this done, and that's just fuck it. Fuck, what the fuck?
Wow.
Oh man, it's just that there's really no real need for motherfuckers to come on, man. But at the end of the day, this is just where the fuck we are, man. You just got to bring some substance to the fucking table. That's it. You know. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What the fuck? Lawrence, what's going on, man?
Hey, shalom, shalom. Can everybody hear me?
Shalom,
Yes, sir.
shalom,
Yeah,
shalom.
loud and clear, man. Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Outstanding, outstanding. Yeah, well, this just Bob or whoever he is, you're gonna be getting this from now on, man. Anything to shut people's stuff down from saying what they have to say. It's gonna be on both sides. They just getting foolish. That's all.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah, I'm not really concerned, man. It's just that, hey, man, you didn't have to come up there and do that, bro. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's just where we at, man. You
Uh,
know.
I
well,
think he can't be here to try to destroy some stuff. So all right. Anyway,
Yep.
yeah.
So, what do you think of the speech, Nagano? Like, what do you think of the speech, man?
I think at the end of the day, he's passing the torch. He understands. He's kind of step aside. Um, I'm not so crazy happy about it. I know some people were saying that he was rambling a little bit. I didn't think so, but hey,
I think his voice was like a little coarse, like a couple points into it.
Well, I didn't
Like
think.
no, he always stumble over his words. So, yeah,
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, myself personally, I mean, it wasn't that he stumbled. He might have stuttered here and there.
yeah.
Again, he's older. Old people do that with their words, to be quite
yeah,
honest with you. I mean, I can't even put that on it being about him. Older people just do that. I mean, my grandmother used to go through like 5 or 6 different grandkids' names before she remembered what mine was to call me to come do something. So
Oh,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
I mean,
yeah,
I,
I
I
mean,
can't,
man,
I can't even get mad at him about that. I really can't.
yeah.
what are we expecting from an 80-year-old man to sound like Barack Obama? Like, what are we expecting here?
It wasn't that for me to be honest with you. I just like the fact that he looked more well rested.
Yeah, yeah.
That
He,
I
He
mean,
yeah,
did.
that for me, that's the issue. Because, like I said, regardless of whether I agree with his policies or don't, at the end of the day, that's still a human being. He's an elder. He's good. He's got a lot of stuff on top of him, and I'm
yeah,
just leaving it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's an elder. He should be home enjoying his grandkids, great grandkids, stuff like that. That's all. That's
yeah,
all. But like I said, he didn't stutter. He was clear and concise to me. The points he made, some of them I agreed with, some of them, a lot of them I didn't. But at the end of the day, that's the guy we needed to hear these last couple of months that we weren't hearing. Like I said, he seemed more well rested. He was reading the teleprompter real good, and he was saying what needed to be said.
He
yeah.
just came off that COVID rest. Like, he just
He
came off
did.
that COVID rest. So he was self isolating for what, a week and a half?
Yeah, no, no. He was in bed a good 6, 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's well rested. He came out well rested, which I think is very good. His speech, he's passing the torch. Um, as you know, I wasn't really in favor of him stepping down. I really wasn't, but this is the choice that's been made. So we got to try to push this forward and see. It's an uphill battle from here, and let's move on. I mean, he should be celebrated for the time he put in and what he did as president, and I'm satisfied with him, And that's it. That's it. He had a long, stellar, long career. He was in politics out here 60 years or so. So close to 60 years. So
Yeah, man.
he's
But to go out as being president of the United States, man, I think most dudes want to do that shit.
yeah, yeah. I mean, going going out as prez, going out as the prez is pretty good. You know what
Oh,
I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
That's a pretty that's a pretty good run. That's a pretty good run. That's a pretty good run. You know, you know, you know, you know. He left as president of the United States. That's a pretty good run. So, um, not a lot to say after that. So I think he did. He did a good job, and let's move forward. Let's see if if this country is actually ready to take on a first female, black female, if you will. That's it's a whole other game. We could be moving into some real new territory here. So let's see.
Yeah,
What do you think, Lawrence?
In reference to
Hey, where we're going in the future?
it, what are you talking about? The party, or are you talking about the nation as a whole?
Nation as a whole, politics,
Uh,
woman
nation,
president, the
the, na-
whole thing.
the nation as a whole, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's going to become even more divisive, and it doesn't matter what side wins. It really doesn't, because everybody's ready. What I've been seeing, everybody's ready to set it off regardless. If Kamala wins, we know what's going to happen with that. Proud Boys unite and everybody else and yada, yada, yada. If Trump wins, everybody's going to be in an uproar. He stole it. He this. Either way, man, it's going to be a bad day. That's just, and I'm not trying to be a party pooper or whatever term you want to use. But like I said, the way everything's been done between both sides and the way they've been demonstratizing each other, we've got it to the point now where, like I said, it doesn't matter who wins, it's going to be bad because the other side just won't take it well. They just won't.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about like real big social unrest? Is that what you mean?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
that's exactly what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
if they don't deploy the National Guard around the actual Capitol this time with the de- delegate, it's ceremonial. But if they don't deploy it this time, dude, they're asking for the same thing to happen. If you ask me, you got to have some kind of a show of force to actually ward these things off. I mean, obviously it couldn't happen last time because the guy was actual president. So apparently no one was answering the phone from the Army National Guard or the Air Force National Guard or anywhere else. Even though Andrews Air Force Base is not that far away, nobody mobilized, no military to go lock down the scene. And I find that highly suspicious.
Yep. And
I think
I would also go so far as to say it's quite possible it could get so bad that they'll pull martial law in certain places.
well,
Oh,
well,
sure.
you,
I
well,
can see
well,
that happening too. To,
see,
to
this
get
is the
control
thing.
of things, obviously, yeah.
Here's the thing. You you get this Trump guy who came here, a divisive, a very divisive, a bad guy. I'm sorry, a bad guy. Got in here, Bannon and all them came in here to separate people and to try a lot of this crapola. And I don't think the average middle American moving about is looking to get out here and get into some crazy, ridiculous conflict. I think you have some crazies on that side who are talking about, if you don't give us what we want, we're going to go to war. And my view is very simple. I don't think there are enough of them to sit here and play the game that they want to play, because we'll hit them so freaking hard. Not that they will lose face, but they will have no face left. So the bottom line, very simply, is these boys better step back at this stage. I do not believe they're going to come here and take over. I don't believe the nation on the whole is ready to go to war behind this guy and his people. I don't believe it.
Well,
So
it's not a
so you know so I think they've tried to gin up a lot of talk, bring up a lot of fear, and I've been around a lot of guys talking crap. And when you get ready to hang your foot up their ass so high that they can taste Dr. Scholl's. All right. Then they'll sit back and start to look at things a little bit differently. And that's about how you got to look at these guys. All right. The hell with all their threats and all that crapola. The average person in this country is not prepared to sit down and blow up his house, blow up his block, start killing off his family behind these guys. But behind the gutter.
Well, I think that's a bit extreme because that's not the direction I was going with that.
Okay.
But the point I'm making is that we can talk about Trump and who his followers and all that stuff being divisive and et cetera and so on. But my argument to everyone is that we can't just say Trump. The Democratic side just had just as much to do with being divisive and stealing the race
Stop
card.
it, cut it out.
Look, hold on.
Hold on.
I don't want.
Let him finish. Let him finish, go.
Hold on. Both sides have played a part in this. One side more than the other, absolutely. But both sides had their hands in this. That's why, for me, I'm not particularly fond of either side right now. I don't co-sign either side. I just don't. Because what I've seen from both of them is disrespectful of the entire democratic concept that I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Now that's why I said in the very beginning, neither side is going to be happy if they lose. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about people going out to blow up their house or shoot their relatives and stuff.
But there's two different sides here. But there's two different sides here. Like one side is going to do like the pussy hat march all over again, and the other side is not going to do anything like that.
Well, no, and if under normal circumstances, I would agree with you, but I think this time around it might be a little bit more.
Well, I'm going to sit here and say this. One side came in here and did January 6th. One side said, come down to the Capitol and we're going to take over because they couldn't deal with the fact that they didn't accept loss. Okay,
right,
if you're going to have a democracy, if you're going to have a republic like this, you have to be prepared to win. You also have to be prepared to lose.
Agreed.
That's just
Agreed.
how that that's just how that goes. So
I agree 100%.
Let me finish up. Now, these guys have sat back and sat down and said, well, we're not going to accept loss. We're going to come out here and we're going to talk violence. We're going to talk about civil war. We're going to talk about how we're going to shake things up if we don't get what we want.
Secession.
They're going to talk about secessions and all this craziness. My view is sick of your mouth. I'm ready to come here and smash some heads if you want to play a certain type of game. And that's what time it is. And there are only going to be a few who are really looking to do that. That's where we really are. And the people who have talked and ginned up a lot of this have been the far right, and they've acted on a lot of it. They've had violence, the guys with the tiki torches walking around about, you will not replace us. Jews will not replace us, and all of that crap, and driving cars into people, into protesters and all this craziness. The left is not doing that. This other guy, Rittenhouse, coming over here, seeing some other people. He didn't agree with grabbing guns and running up on people and shooting them and stuff like that.
Where is Rittenhouse?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at this. You even got the president himself sitting there saying, "Yeah, look what happened to look what happened to Pelosi, Paul Pelosi. Yeah, it was the gay incident, right? Look what happened to him." Laughing until he damn near got his wig split himself because he put that really out there. These guys have been appalling. All right, yeah. They've been appalling, disgusting, and it's time to shut them down. And that's what time it is. You want to keep talking like that, I'm gonna bust you in your mouth.
For real, Black Avenger. And that's what Rittenhouse doing now?
Yeah.
Come on.
He's over here paying. Yeah, that's true. He is.
No.
He's paying for dough. He's broke. lot of guys would shut him down. I mean, come on, man. You
I
know,
mean,
this guy's
he should
what's
have
up?
did what the guy who killed Trayvon Martin did. You know, auction off the gun and make these stupid portraits and make money off that. So he just online just okay. What you doing?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is it's it's
Well,
it's it's just crazy. But these are the guys who are pushing this. They were going overboard, pushing a certain type of how would I say an ethos out here. They've been the voice of violence, and they've ginned up a lot of people. They've ginned up a lot of racists. We've seen these guys come over there in Buffalo and these other places, shooting up people and going after blacks and all this kind of craziness. These people have tried to really set off the crazies to start to enact on what they feel. And this last guy with the 2025 deal talking about, well, we're getting ready to win, and and it won't be violent unless the left comes. Man, what are you talking about, bro? I wish I was standing right there. I would have grabbed him by his neck, put him in a freaking 3/4 choke, and choked him out right there standing up, and threw him off the goddamn stage. That that that's how I feel about these guys, man.
look.
It's time to say screw this talk. Step to these some bitches, because these guys they ain't live like that. They think they are. They ain't live like that. Believe
Hold on a second.
me.
Let me address something in the chat.
Yeah,
Bishop, I think he literally said that to garner to get some type of heat off him. I don't think the reason why he was there is because he supports Black Lives Matter. Like I don't. I mean, he did say it. It did come out of his mouth, but he did lose a lot of support over that, man. Oh, wow.
I mean, you just got a lot of crazy. These guys they've gotten it. We have enabled them too much with too much talk. I remember when we were kids, man. I was, we were having a lot of problems with the white boys in our area, and then we started hooking up a little bit with the Black Spades gang in the Bronx. And next thing you know, with all them white boys pulling their guns and talking crazy, Spades came out there with about 20,000 deep, rolling through the Bronx and Brooklyn, and them white boys started to chill. And this was 13 to 17-year-old kids, literally dealing with the mob, and everybody else started to have to come out to chill stuff out because they realized we weren't taking it from them anymore. We just weren't having that coming from you guys no more. We were sick of these Italians and the rest of them coming at us. We were tired of it. No, you're not threatening us in schools. You're not telling us we can't come through neighborhoods and you're going to chase us down with your cars and try to hit us and shoot at us and stuff. We're going to come at you deep. And after that, it chilled it out. We
I
stopped
know.
racism in the city
Yeah, yeah,
I
from
know.
from,
yeah.
from
Look,
savage
I
groups.
know. I know. We did the same thing in Harlem. I know. I know.
You knew about the Spades, right? Did you know about the Spades?
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
was
if you
there.
I don't know if you're around you
Yeah,
around there.
yeah, I was.
You know what I mean? And when the seven disciples and all of them were running around. I mean,
Yep, that's correct.
Shit was thick back then.
As a matter of fact, back then we didn't call it the Bronx. Then we call it Fort Apache.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's South Bronx. Yeah, certainly
Yeah.
down. But yeah. Fort Apache.
Look like. Look, I think the running joke was it always looked like
You know,
Beirut.
yeah. It was. And now it's quite a bit different today. But that's how it was. And you had
No,
your areas.
and listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying, Dagon. Everything you just sat here and talked about the last couple of minutes, I do not disagree. I do not disagree with you. I do not. For every aspect of what's been going down and the level of violence and et cetera and so on, it is laid there. I cannot deny that, nor would I. I mean, facts are facts. All I'm saying is that I think there might be an uptick on the other side with violence in this particular instance if they lost. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying. I don't, like I said, and hopefully I'm wrong. To be quite honest with you, hopefully I'm wrong. But I'm just saying I could
you
see the
know,
possibility of it.
but see, it's on them for them to tamp it down, quiet down with all that crazy talk. Shut all that stuff down. Stop talking your violence. Stop talking. You're gonna come out here and this is what you gonna do. Chill out with all that. Okay, you almost got your own president wig twisted by one of his own peeps. People from that side of the fence. That we're not down with what he's talking about. And you still have more of them over there as we speak. So, I mean, calm all of this down. Civil war and all. Shut it down. Shut it down, Gray
Um,
boys.
but in Civil War, they had an organized army. It wasn't a whole
That's
bunch of
exactly right.
cosplaying dudes.
That's
You know,
exactly right.
they had something to go to war with, which is why they. I mean, of course they could afford to go. Like these people, once they run out of bullets, that's it. They're done.
You know.
There's no recock and reload and come back and do that. And you're like, most of these people just have enough money for a trip across the country. They don't have much more than that to survive out there for a long period of time. But I gotta get back out here because I gotta get back on the road here. You got any last words, Lawrence?
No, no. As always, thanks for having me. No, I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for coming on. You go. Anything
Hey,
else we'll get up out of here?
listen. Thanks for inviting me up, MOT, and I greatly appreciate it.
All right, cool. All right, so that's President Biden's comments. As Lawrence said, he looked well rested. But I don't think he wanted to pass the torch. The torch was snatched out of his hand and given to somebody else. Because after that debate performance, he didn't look too good. And maybe there was a lot more other stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not going to know about until all these books get written after the administration is clearly over with, which is what I'm looking forward to seeing. Because this transition just don't seem that clear and that easy. So with that said, I'll see you guys on Sunday when we wrap up the politics that happened for the entire week. This is the actual direction that the channel is going in. Oh yeah, may wave for clapping, but yep. So I want to thank you guys for coming through on the man tomorrow. You guys have a really nice rest of your day. Wait, hold on. One question. Yeah, Bishop, do you think Kamala Harris should try to win over the pro-black crowd? I'm seeing a lot lock up people up for people for weed. She says she won't be doing anything, but specifically for black people. I wouldn't do shit for black people. Period. She's the president of the whole entire country. These pro-blacks don't vote. They're not a part of the process. They picked up other people's intellectual property and just ran with it. That's a huge market and money system behind political myths and disinformation. I wouldn't try to court these people at all. I would tell them to engage in the actual process. And if they can't engage in the process, organize around issues and vote, there is no reason to try to court these people at all. You're going to lose so many more people trying to get these people on your side. I would never try to court the pro black crowd. Ever. 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 It's kind of like, Trump pays a lot of lip service to these people on the other on his side, but he doesn't really want to chill and hang out with those people like that. He's going to pay them lip service, but he's not going to give them any real type of tangibles though. But like I said, most of these people are not part of the process. So if you're not part of the process, then you don't count and you don't matter. You can just be a reformed street dude doing entertainment bullshit. Just leave them doing that. Because at the end of the day, these people will stab you in the back as soon as you let them close. That's what they have always done. They are not capable of anything else. Trust me. This is why the Keisha Bashers and the relationship entertainment complex system is going to turn into a political analyst. They are also not to be courted or talked to or listened to or be responded to in any way, shape, form, or fashion because they're here on a grift, here to spread misinformation and disinformation. They do not care about the process at all. And the relationship hucksters, just like pro blacks, are not interested in creating more and better competition within the environment. They're not interested in that. They're interested in keeping this system as broken as possible to maintain their voice. They are not trying to fix anything here. That has been their history, that has been their track record, and they are not to be treated as anything else other than that. So very good question. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for coming through on the man tomorrow. You guys have a really nice day.